Good morning, afternoon, and evening, Vols fans. What a game in Davis Wade Stadium yesterday as Tennessee goes in and knocks down the Mississippi State Bulldogs 41-34 in an overtime thriller where Tennessee finds its first SEC victory of the season. We're going to jump straight into today's episode, but first, remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave that thumbs up on this video if you've really enjoyed the content. It helps our channel grow and allows us to bring you more content weekly on the Tennessee Vols. I'm your host, Josh Andrews, and you're listening to the Big Orange Turf Talk. What an absolute banger of a game yesterday. Tennessee going into Mississippi State, winning in overtime, 41-34 on the road, cowbells going. Tennessee just somehow fights adversity and gets out with a win. We're going to talk about a lot in this episode. Good, bad. But the three key takeaways that I have, first and foremost, the defensive woes. Specifically, stopping the run. We're going to talk a lot about that. Second, Joey Aguilar being that dog. Got that fight. We're going to talk a lot about him and his grit and how he made sure that this team was on his back and stood up in one of the ways that Heisman quarterbacks stand up. And last, we're going to talk about what's next. We've got the bye week coming up. Then we got Arkansas. We're going to talk about what we need to do to get healthy, what our defense needs to do to step up and not let this happen again. All of that and more in today's episode. But first, let's just go ahead and hop into the defense. Before we get into the stats and stuff on the defensive side of the ball, I've heard a lot over the past 24 hours of Vols fans being upset or angry with the way our defense performed yesterday. I don't blame you. They didn't have the best game that they've had this season. But I've been seeing a lot of it's Tim's fault. Tim Banks. I've even seen people say fire him. Get rid of him. He's not that good. Guys, Tim Banks is amazing. He's phenomenal. Yeah, we had one bad game this season against the rush. Bothwell, he was hard to stop. But when push comes to shove, we stopped him when it mattered the most. Statistic-wise, we'll go into Mississippi State real quick. Blake Shapen, 18 of 29 for 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing, Fluff Bothwell, they call him Fluffy in Mississippi. Carried the ball 23 times, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gashed us. Off tackle, destroyed us. It is what it is, guys. You can't. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It just wasn't a good game when it comes to stopping the run. Prior to this game, we held teams to an average of 98 yards a game. They doubled that this game. 198 total yards on the ground for Mississippi State. Our defense definitely has to fix that. Like I said, there's bad and good that we're going to talk about with the defense. The bad things was stopping the run. I mean, we've got to be better at that. We sent pressure. A lot of times going back and rewatching the game, it felt like the pressure was all coming in the middle, the A, the B gaps, instead of edge rushing. When we did get the edge rush, we'd get into good situations. We'd sack them, tackle for loss. But anytime that we pulled that up the middle stunts, blitz, it seemed like they would just gash us for 6, 7, 8 yards on the ground, just shooting off tackle. A lot of that is Bothwell. He's a good running back. He's got good vision. He was able to get to the outside. He could see the play as it progressed. So credit to him for doing what he did and taking a defense that's supposed to be really good and kind of making them look mediocre. But that's all right. Let's talk about the good. 5 sacks, 11 tackle for losses. That sounds pretty good, if you ask me, especially from a defensive line standpoint. We now have 19 sacks on the season. That is amazing. That tells me that we picked up from where we left off last season and elevated. We may have lost some key players from last year on the line defensively. The Herring, dog. Just a dog. Arian Carter killed it yesterday. 17 tackles, 6 of them solo. Arian Carter was all over the field. Secondary, I was worried. I thought Mississippi State was going to have to go into a shootout with us through the air in order to beat us. I was wrong. 180 total yards passing, 29 attempts. 1 touchdown. Pretty good. Colton Hood, pick 6. Defensive line, scoop and score. Overall, this defense did what they needed to do. And let's talk about what really matters. The overtime goal line stand. Our defense stood up when it mattered the most. Offense goes into overtime, 1 play. Bishop to the end zone. Touchdown. Now it's up to the defense. Seems like we haven't been able to stop Mississippi State all night long. Points after points after points. Defense says, nah, I got this. I'm going to put this team on my back. We're going to show you guys what we're made of, and we're going to hold this goal line. And we're going to send us home back to Knoxville singing Rocky Top. And that's what they did. So shout out to the defense at the backside of the game, because they came in clutch when it mattered the most. Got a lot to work on, and that's okay. Every team does. We'll get it better. We've got a bye week. Tim Banks, I'm sure he's going to talk to the guys. I'm sure he's going to have them out there practicing. We're going to figure it out. We're going to be all right. But defensively, in my opinion, not a terrible game, not our best game, but it was enough to get the victory out. We got a long road ahead of us. We got a lot of SEC games. We definitely can't be letting people rush for 198 yards on us again. Let's just be real. We need to dial that up. Make sure that don't happen again. Blake Shapen, by the way, negative 21 rushing yards. Shows how many times he was on his back yesterday. Outside of that, guys, we'll be all right. We're going to make the defense better. It's going to come out stronger. Arkansas, I look for us to go in there with some hate in our heart on the defensive side and make sure that we lock them down. Is Joey just that dog? I mean, let's be honest for just a minute. On a day where the offense started, quite frankly, really slow, started the game off with a fumble that was recovered by Mississippi State. Offense didn't even get to get on the field when they were supposed to. Seemed like everything was going wrong. Interception. Another interception. Fumble on a kick return. Joey Aguilar stood up and he said, I got you guys. I'm going to carry this team to a victory. And that's just what he did. I mean, Joey played a really good game. 24 for 40, 335 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Added a rushing touchdown at the end of the game to tie the game and send it into overtime. You can't ask for much more from a quarterback in a game like what we just had. 2 interceptions, both of them, yeah, Joey could have maybe got the throw down a little bit. That's a possibility. There could also be an argument saying that Kitzelman should have hauled those passes in. I'll leave that for you guys to decide. But Joey proved to me this game that he can be the leader that we need him to be in the games that are tough, that are gritty, that are needed to be won by adversity. Pulling through when the team absolutely needs it in the last minutes of the game, when it's either you take that offense down and you score 6 for 6, 54 yards on that drive, 6 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, led that team down the field in that drive in a way that Heisman quarterbacks would do that. So, phenomenal performance by Joey. Receiving wise, had a good game, both out of Mike Matthews and out of Brazel. Mike Matthews, 6 receptions, 118 yards, no touchdowns. Chris Brazel, 6 receptions, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. There was also the offensive pass interference that was called on Brazel. I think it was going to be a 54-yard touchdown if it didn't get called. I'm not one to blame refs. I don't think any of us should blame refs for anything. It sucks. I don't necessarily think the call was the greatest, but it is what it is. It was just another step of adversity that we had to overcome to win that game, and our team did it, and that's what matters. I've watched time and time again over seasons past that our team just couldn't do it. They couldn't get over that hump. Yesterday they did. They found a way to win. They pushed it into overtime. The defense stood their ground in overtime. Bishop had a run in overtime that we hadn't seen yet all game. All game. And he stepped up in overtime when we needed it. And he ran that ball into the end zone to give us the lead. Wonderful performance by the offense, if you ask me. Only thing I'd have to say, offensive-wise, that may have not been the best, was our rushing game. 136 total yards rush. Deshaun Bishop led the way with 72 yards and a touchdown. Star Thomas behind him with 33 yards on 10 attempts. The problem I see here when I'm looking at the stats is our third best rusher was Joey Aguilar with 21 yards. You don't see that. Normally you're seeing one back with over 100, another back nearing the 100 mark, and then you're seeing a Peyton Lewis with 50, 60 yards. We didn't see that this game. We saw not our best rushing performance of the season by any means, but we didn't lose the game because of it. Because on the other side of the ball, Joey Aguilar, throwing for 335 yards, again said, I'm going to go win this game for us. When we're down, when our running game's not doing what our running game normally does, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to have that quarterback performance. I'm going to push the ball down the field, and I'm going to win us the game. And that's exactly what he did. So not a lot to say bad about our offense yesterday. All I got to do is ask you guys, what do you think? What do you think of the offense? What do you think happens if we get the defense going again? I don't think this team can be stopped. That's for our team to decide. And that's for you to answer in the comments. Let me know what you think about the offense, about the defense, about the game as a whole. But what's next? We got the bye week coming up. Where do we go from here? For me, I think we just need to focus on getting healthy. We've got a lot of injuries, especially on the line, offense, even on the defensive side of the ball. We've got some injuries. We need to get that depth back. We've got McCoy coming back for the Arkansas game. He's going to have Hood on the other side of him. I think that's going to be a dangerous duo in our secondary. I see them two both as dogs. They can put up a lot of fight. Offensive line-wise, we had another tackle go down yesterday. Had a freshman come into the game and play pretty good. Had a bad false start, but it's okay. We overcame it. We need to get the offensive line healthy. As we get deeper and deeper into SEC play and into our schedule this year, we can't go with the little depth that we currently have. We need to get everybody healthy. So I'm looking forward to that this bye week. I'm happy that the bye week's coming when it's coming before the Arkansas game, where we can actually sit back, relax, get healthy, get our guys back to full 100%, and be ready for the next game. I'm really looking forward to the Arkansas game as well. I'm actually going to get to be there. Haven't been to Knoxville since the Alabama game last year, so looking forward to getting back to Neyland, cheering on the Vols, and enjoying a Saturday of orange and white tailgating. Love going to Knoxville in the fall. It's my first game for this season. I think I'm going to go to 2 more after that. Probably the Vanderbilt game, and I think I'm going to take some friends to the New Mexico State game. But overall, it's going to be a great atmosphere in Knoxville in a couple weeks for that game. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. Overall, though, once again, team's good. Don't freak out. Tim Banks is fine. The offense is looking good. We got a bye week. We're going to make it. Want to thank each and every one of you for sticking around and listening to the video today. What a game that was. I'm sure everyone's having mild heart attacks like I was yesterday. Couldn't even sit down and watch the game pretty much the whole time. It was always, what's going to happen next? Fumble, pick. Can Joey do it? He does it. Overtime victory, goal line stand. It had everything that you could ever think of to be just a 5-star game. And the best thing, the Vols pulled it out. They're going back to Knoxville with a win in the pocket. First SEC victory of the season. First of hopefully many more. As always, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a like, thumbs up on the video. It really does help me grow my channel. Allows me to bring you guys more content weekly. This upcoming week, we're going to be talking more about injuries, what's going on during the bye week, and getting ready to preview the Arkansas game and what we need to do as a team to go and take on Arkansas and what Arkansas brings to the table. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to the video today. I'm your host, Josh Andrews. You're listening to Big Orange Turf Talk, and as always, go Vols.